traders, welcome to the TMT stock market strategy video for Friday, July 22nd. Markets gave back a little bit of the gains. One day does not make a trend, but yesterday I showed you on a video about the VIX. Really, really important. We have extreme complacency, and every time the VIX gets down to a certain level, you're going to get a pop. We did get that yesterday. Um, you could have day traded the VIX, obviously the VXX yesterday at a certain area. 1120, I believe, was basing, and then it broke right out of that and shot up to 45, 50 cents. So that was a great trade if you were keeping an eye on it. Again, one day does not make a trend even for the VIX, but we want to be careful here. We want to watch because we can get a little bit of follow through and take out yesterday's low. I think that would put a short-term top in the market, and then we would just kind of get down to that 2100 area, 2120, which I'll show you in the charts. Not a lot of indicators today because really not much has happened. You could still see here in front of you the stocks above the 50-day moving average at extreme highs. And we still need to unwind this. I'm looking for lower prices in the markets, at least in the short term, and then we'll see where we go from there. But you could see the stocks above the 50-day moving average still very, very high. Now I wanted to show you the VIX, and this is and I mentioned I showed you two charts, one with the price channel, one with without. And this one today, we're starting to get some curling effect here, and we just get the crossover in the slow stochastics. RSI didn't quite get oversold, but still close enough, I think. So I think we can definitely have a movement up to a big move up to like the 15 and a half, 16 area, where we get the 20 and the 50. That's right above here. But I still think it needs a little bit more backing and filling before you could even hold the position, because you got to be careful holding the VXX, UVXY, whatever instrument you like to play, because it does have contango issues, and they deteriorate over time. But if you can time it right with volatility, 2, 3, 4 days, you can get an explosive move like you did here for 3 or 4 days, and really, really make some big money on this thing. So I'm watching. I like to see, believe it or not, I'd love to see we get a little rally today in the markets and a sell-off back down to here, maybe flush even below that low of 1140, and then start to move higher sometime next week where the market starts to sell off. But again, one day at a time on the VIX, but watch that VIX is very important. Here's the VXX, and if you recall, guys, I mentioned look at the pattern, repetitive pattern, small little candlesticks lower, and all of a sudden we get a green candle or two, and the next thing you know, we start to curl over. And same here, what happened here from yesterday. But you could still see very small move. But here's what the concern is for me looking to get into the VIX at the moment. We are not on a buy signal at all. We still have actually the RSI rolled over and didn't curl back up. So to me, there's still selling pressure in the VIX, where the markets, I think, can pop again. And remember, markets are made to fool the masses, so they want to get everybody one-sided, which we are right now in the equity markets. Very, very long. Market participants are very long, and if we can get a rollover, get 2 or 3 down days, you could easily see spiders down to like 213, 212, 213-ish area. Okay, so again, watch this. I want to see the bands tighten a little bit more. I want to see pressure build a little bit more, and I want to see the MACD start to cross over as well as RSI before I look to start holding anything. Now, for a day trade, absolutely. If you pick your spots and you have your trigger, you absolutely can do so. Spiders today, the pin, guys, is 215 and a half. 215 and a half. We actually hit it almost yesterday. So 215 and a half on the spider pin. We were very close to it. I think we got 215.70. So 215 and a half for the expiration of weekly options on spiders. All right, so I showed this to you many times. You see the symmetry in the rallies, very close. We're here now. So now I'm thinking we can get the 215.70 out. I don't see much movement today. Friday, summer doldrums. You probably get maybe shoot below the pin and maybe gyrate around it pretty much most of the day. But next week will be interesting. Again, my bigger target is probably 210, right around here with a 21 SMA, excuse me, starting to curl up. Now it will continue to go higher as price moves down. So maybe that area will be the ultimate area, and then we would look for a new pattern. But at the moment, I believe that the markets here are starting to get a little bit, not just weak, but a little tired from a massive rally that we had, gap up every day, a 10 out of 11 days straight up, which is really unsustainable. So that's what I'm looking for that pullback going into next week. Today, anything could happen. I'm going to discount today. But you could see here we had negative divergence forming early on. I mentioned that to you. Watch that. And then sure enough, we had the pop. that one day, and now we're starting to roll back over again. So very weak. The markets are very tight and very weak up in these areas here. Still in the consolidation. We've been in a consolidation for a good 8 days, 8 trading days. Here's a 60-minute. The 30-minute again, guys. Look, just want to show you that the Bollinger Bands are contracting again, so looking for energy to build. And it doesn't tell you which way it moves, but one way or the other, let for the price to break down or up and follow that trend for the day. And transports. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about. This is the canary in the coal mine. This is where we have to pay attention to, and I mentioned that yesterday's video as well. You have to watch the transportation sector as well as the VIX and a couple of things. This is not a good sign, and this is where a precursor to what's to come. We had this nice move up. We took out that swing high. We did not take these swing highs out, right? So what does that tell me? Lower lows, lower highs continues, right? So we took that out. Where are we? Back down into this downtrend line here. That's been pretty much about a year and a half. So this is not a good sign. The transport's selling off. Transports is deemed our leader. It is the leader of all indices. Okay. And if they can't rally, you're not going to your rally in equities will be very limited, if not start to roll over and die. So this is something that has to either try to get back above the support and this horizontal down, excuse me, this downtrend line, or we start to roll back down and catch these confluence areas of moving averages and then reevaluate. But this is definitely going to hinder any type of movement. Now I've been showing you this chart for the last week, and you could see here clearly that the Dow Jones made new highs and the transport's not even close to making new highs. As a matter of fact, you see this downtrend line, we're back down it. Let me just open it up for you guys, and you could see this is not a good sign here. We have definitely market divergence between the Dow Jones and the transports. So the Dow theorist is going to be very nervous if they are seeing what I'm seeing. I'm not a Dow theorist, but I will tell you when I look at this, this tells me that the markets are in trouble, at least in the short term. All right, IWM, showing you this from one of our premium video charts. Look, we're still stuck up in this area, and I did mention here, still the same. We still have an inside day. Now, the IWM, I'm going to show you another premium video chart, what I showed the premium members. This has to either break out or break down, right? Obviously, we have a horizontal trend line, and if we can't break above this area here, and we start to break down, this is our secondary leader, the Russell 2000. If this starts to roll over as well as the transports, you're not going to get any movement at all. As a matter of fact, you start to roll back down again. So this is a sample of our premium video charts. Very reliable. We had a nice call here. You could see here we mentioned, guys, if we don't break above this area, look for failure. And sure enough, the Russell took off, tried to break out, failed, broke down, and that took all the other markets with it. Now, if you're a premium subscriber, you would have known that, and you would have been short the market like we were yesterday. Okay, like the subscribers were yesterday. So good area, good gap areas of support, 118.90. You could see this area here, 117.54, 115.20. These are all going to be support areas if the market breaks this consolidation area up at top here. Very important area, need to be watched today, and of course going into next week. And last is the Qs, guys. You could see here 115.50, still within an inside day, and I do believe that I will getting rotations out of the metals for at least a short term. Some of these sectors that did very well for the last 3-4 months, and I see money going back into biotech and certain other sectors, but which we will follow, and of course we will bring to you. All right, guys, have a great day. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care.